Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mick, and I'm posting my day trading journey right here to YouTube with complete transparency. And I've got two trades to go over today. One was yesterday. I took a loss on a small loss, about 250 yesterday. Didn't make any other trades. And then today, I actually had a winner to kind of make back a little bit of money here, but overall missed the huge move from today's this afternoon session to kind of sell off. So wanted to kind of go through the trades. This was today's P&L. Yesterday, like I said, I lost about 250, and today I made 525 back. So I think, what, 275 after that. We'll actually get right into the trades, actually. So this was yesterday, around 12:30, 12:40 time frame. And my thought process here is what I'm looking at. We had this overnight low at like 45.83, and basically the market opened up, rejected off of a negative fair value gap. What looked like down here, it came down to grab some liquidity. Now, not a ton of liquidity, but at least it broke the overnight low, and then started to gain some support down there, and then ended up coming back out of it. As it came back out of it, what I'm looking at 45.91 was kind of a market structure shift. So it looked as if we broke above these kind of highs right here. Not this wick in particular, but just in general these wicks here. And so to me, this looked like a market structure shift. And so what I was looking for was a retracement. Now these two candles here, I don't know if you can consider those like displacement candles, but it definitely looked like pretty heavy selling. So I hopped in right here, and this is the 5-minute time frame I'm looking at. I hopped in here at this fair value gap. So you had the movement up, created a fair value gap. I got long on this fair value gap, and unfortunately, as we moved along here, I got stopped out relatively quickly. It took about 6 minutes for me to get stopped out from start to finish. And I kind of wanted to show what that looked like as it was going. Didn't even really make an attempt to do this right here. Yeah, didn't even really make an attempt to move higher. I wasn't entirely sure why it didn't. I thought I had a pretty decent setup here. I guess my issue probably would have been a higher time frame issue, and really just not having all the answers here. We ended up later in the afternoon doing a little bit of running up. It was kind of chop in the morning, and then we ended up running up in the afternoon. So maybe my timing was off. I was trading during the lunch hour, so that might also have been one of my mistakes. But we are going to go into the next trade, and I lost 250 on that trade. This was my winning trade, and a little bit longer, about a 10-minute trade. What I was looking at here was my initial understanding this morning was that we had a gap to fill. And if you know me, you know I love playing gaps. It's one of my few strategic decisions to make for trading. I really enjoy playing gaps and gap fill reversals. So this morning, I think it went pretty well. What I was looking for, I didn't play right off of the open. I was patient. I think had I seen a test of the overnight high and a fail, I would have looked to get short, but since we didn't really test that overnight high, I didn't really feel comfortable. Now it did look like we grabbed some liquidity here from the pre-market at like 46.34. We grabbed some liquidity, and I think we started to make a move down. This is on the 5-minute time frame that we're looking at. I was basically looking for liquidity grab above. And the next step basically is some sort of displacement away after the liquidity raid. Then I'm looking for a market structure shift. So I'm looking at these candles here on the 5-minute. Basically, we broke below those pretty easily. We got down to, I don't know, 46.20-ish region here. Created a fair value gap on the way down, and then I was playing to trade. I basically traded it as soon as we touched here. Basically, as soon as we touched this fair value gap, I got in short. And I'll just play a little bit here. We had a couple of candles that were testing the fair value gap. A little slow trade at first. We've got the 5 minute on the left and then the 1 minute on the right. And then we started to get a little bit of movement, and still big wick so far, retested the fair value gap. And as we were moving, finally got some movement in that direction. And I got out, I think after the second large candle, I got out right here. To me, the reason I got out here, a couple of things in my head. I'm looking at this really small fair value gap. In hindsight, it wasn't significant. We did, you know, if you traded today, you know that there was a just absolute, I mean, it's still free falling. It's still free falling. So I got out soon. I wanted to protect my profits. I was up about 520 bucks. I was feeling good about the trade. I hit everything that I wanted to, my entry. We hit the liquidity grab. We had the displacement away from it, market structure shift, retracement back into the 5 minute fair value gap, and I played short. I feel great about that. It worked out. I took my profits when I needed it. And yes, in hindsight, I could have let it run a little bit longer, but at this point, I'm just trying to build up some confidence in my setups. And this is one of my other few setups, which I believe is categorized as the 2022 mentorship from ICT. Just trying to keep it real simple, not overcomplicate it, and stick to those important trades that I know I can do. This just happened to be a gap fill and an ICT trade, the 2022 mentorship. So I was really excited about that they both kind of lined up. Yes, I could have held longer to actually fill the gap, but that's really all I have for you today. And I appreciate you hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.